Hi, I'm Glenn Pearson, Principal at Pearson Health Tech Insights, and welcome to the fourth in my video series based on my book, Thriving in the Healthcare Market, Strategies from an Industry Insider for Selling Your Product. This book came out late last year, published by CRC Press as part of its HIMSS book series, and it's based on my 30 plus years as a senior healthcare executive, including more than 19 years as Executive Vice President at Georgia Hospital Association. I also personally developed a number of healthcare entrepreneurial products, and I was able to put a lot of my mistakes in the book to help those of you buying the book and reading it and hearing this video from avoiding some of the same mistakes. There are actually 84 pitfalls in 13 categories. Some of the pitfalls have to do with finance areas, with organizational areas, political areas, things like that. And I'll be sharing one of these videos each week. And as I say, this is the fourth week of the series, and I'm doing them in more or less random order. This one is actually pitfall number 68 in the book, and it's called Playing into Professional Rivalries. Now, unfortunately, jealousy and potentially harmful competition exists everywhere, even in healthcare organizations. And I think the best way to visualize this, you've probably all seen the game Jenga, where people have a series of blocks that they stack up, and the goal of the game is to have people pull one of the blocks from the bottom, stick it on the top, and have the whole thing not collapse. I think that's a pretty good picture of the way a lot of healthcare organizations operate. Many perspectives, many different clinical areas, many different specialties, financial areas, strategic areas, political areas. Everybody has a view of how things should be done, and most organizations have reached more or less of an uneasy equilibrium where things are the way they are, and sometimes a technology product especially has the potential to upset the apple cart a little bit, to change the balance of power within the organization. And this is specifically true in the clinical area, where some technologies now make it possible for things largely surgical that used to be done by surgical specialists to be done at a lower level, primary care even, which creates a shift of revenue from one department to another. Another area is where things that used to be done only within the hospital organization can now be done in a physician office. A lot of the imaging technologies that have come out in the last couple of decades have made it possible for them to be done in a physician office instead of the hospital outpatient department, which has implications on the revenue for the hospital folks. So you need to be aware of these potentials, and I have three suggestions for how to minimize their impact. First of all, be fully aware of your product's potential to upset things within the organization. So don't make the mistake of not realizing that by offering one department a head advantage over some of the other ones, that's not going to create some pushback from the other departments. Secondly, stress the value of your product to the organization as a whole. Hopefully you can help people see, yes, this may have some shifting internally, but overall the organization will be better off. And then the third one, to the extent possible, try to assess the lay of the land early on, figure out who's likely to be adversely affected, try to meet with them, help them understand, again, that this could be good for the whole organization, and that has the best chance of not creating an enemy that you don't need. So I hope this has been a helpful idea for you. Next week, I'm going to be talking about a related topic, and that's threatening somebody's job or stature within the organization, and it's related to what we just talked about. So if you have any comments or questions, I'm always happy to hear from you at Glenn@PearsonHTI, that's GLENN, at PearsonHTI.com, or you can always reach me through LinkedIn. So hope to see you next week, and just keep out there plugging your products.